Ever since I was a child, my mom had an uncanny ability to control the world around me. Whether it was picking the best school for me, choosing my clothes, or guiding me through life's many challenges, she always seemed to know what was best. But when I turned 28 and was still single, she decided to take matters into her own hands in a way I could never have predicted. One evening, as we sat in the living room sipping tea, she cleared her throat dramatically. "Armin," she began, looking at me with that familiar mix of concern and determination. "I've decided to help you find love." I nearly choked on my tea. "What are you talking about?" I asked, half laughing, half shocked. "I've already picked 3 girls for you," she said with a smug smile. "They're smart, kind, and beautiful. All I need you to do is meet them." I stared at her, dumbfounded. Was this a joke? Was my mom seriously turning my love life into her personal project? The next morning, she presented me with a detailed plan. She had their photos, names, and short biographies, as if she were pitching me contestants for a reality show. "Mom, I can't believe you did this," I said, shaking my head. But deep down, I was curious. Who were these women my mom thought were perfect for me? The first girl on her list was Aisha. She was an artist, known for her vibrant, abstract paintings. My mom had met her at an art exhibition and was instantly charmed by her enthusiasm and charisma. "You'll love her," Mom said confidently. Our first meeting was at a trendy cafe downtown. Aisha arrived in a whirlwind of color, her scarf flowing behind her like a banner. She was magnetic, constantly smiling, laughing, and telling stories about her travels and art projects. I was drawn to her energy, but I couldn't shake the feeling that we lived in 2 different worlds. Her life seemed chaotic and unpredictable, while mine was steady and routine. The second girl was Sana, a soft-spoken doctor who worked at the same hospital where my mom volunteered. "She's the most caring person I've ever met," Mom said, her eyes twinkling with approval. I met Sana at a quiet bookshop. She was flipping through a medical journal when I approached her. She greeted me with a warm smile, and soon we were discussing our favorite books. Sana was everything my mom had described: kind, thoughtful, and intelligent. But as much as I respected her, I couldn't find the connection I was looking for. It was like talking to a friend, not a potential partner. The third girl was Zara, a software engineer with a sharp sense of humor. My mom had met her at a charity event and was impressed by her wit and confidence. "She's perfect for you," Mom insisted. Zara and I went for a walk in the park on a breezy Sunday afternoon. From the moment we met, we were cracking jokes and teasing each other. She was refreshingly straightforward and had a way of making even the simplest moments feel special. For the first time, I felt a spark of something deeper. As I spent time with these 3 women, I found myself at a crossroads. Each of them had qualities I admired: Aisha's passion, Sana's kindness, and Zara's humor. But love wasn't something you could force, no matter how perfect someone seemed on paper. One evening, I sat down with my mom to discuss how I felt. "I appreciate what you've done for me," I said, "but this isn't how love works. I need to find someone on my own, in my own way." She looked at me for a long moment before nodding. "I just want you to be happy," she said softly. Despite my initial resistance, meeting these 3 incredible women taught me a lot about myself. I realized that while they were wonderful in their own ways, they weren't the right fit for me. Still, I couldn't help but feel grateful for the experience. Months passed, and life returned to normal. Then one day, I met Amna. She wasn't part of my mom's carefully curated list, but she was everything I had been looking for. A journalist with a love for adventure and a heart full of compassion, Amna and I connected in a way I hadn't thought possible. When I introduced her to my mom, I braced myself for her reaction, but to my surprise, Mom adored her. "She's perfect for you," she said, smiling. For once, I couldn't argue with her. In the end, my mom's efforts weren't in vain. She reminded me to stay open to possibilities and to trust that love has a way of finding you when you least expect it. It wasn't the journey I had planned, but it led me exactly where I needed to be.